Ready.
Mike Dolson,
I am here.
Tom McDonald,
Good night.
Jennifer Finley. Here. Jim Molitaire. Carol Langford. Danielle Mack.
Here.
Bing Mack. James Steele Jr. Martin Charlo.
Present.
Len Tuteeth. Lanish Trahan.
Thank you, Jen. Tom, you want to pray this morning? Please.
Creator, I want to thank you for this beautiful day. I want to thank you for the fourth celebration. People traveled safely. We pray for all those that are sick today. We pray for those that lost loved ones. I want to pray for all the caretakers of our children, our elders, and our sick people. I pray for those that put themselves in harm's way with the police, all of the law enforcement, all of our military. We pray for those that are traveling, to travel safely. We pray for good decisions today as we manage our resources and help our people. We do all this in your name. Amen.
We have a couple sets of minutes this morning. Let's look at July 1st. Go ahead, Daniel.
I'll email a correction to Abby.
James had given a message that he emailed a correction as well to Abby. July 1st. We have July 1st and then we'll do July 4th.
Make a motion to approve the July 1st minutes with corrections.
A motion by Tom to approve July 1st minutes. Second by Jennifer. All in favor? We're unanimous. We'll look at July 4th, quarterly minutes.
Motion to approve.
A motion by Martin to approve the July 4th minutes. Second by Tom. All in favor?
Can I send a correction on that one as well, please?
All in favor? We're unanimous. We have an agenda for today. Any additions? We have one walk-in. Danielle? Tom?
Motion approved the agenda for today with the addition.
Motion by Tom, second by Carol. All in favor? We're unanimous. Come on up, Tracy. But no, we do have a birthday. Mr. J Blue was yesterday. Yeah. Turn your mics on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear J Blue. Happy birthday to you. All right.
To be 27 again, right?
You gotta check out his cigarette case he got. It's got a lighter in it.
Don't do my.
I'm afraid he'll have hot pants one of these days.
I think it's powwow season.
Morning, Tracy. Come on up. Need a mic.
Button. How's that? Is that better? And you too, Megan, you want to hit the talk button. So I know all of you, but I'll introduce myself anyway. My name's Tracy McDonald, and my guest here is Megan Bear. And Megan's the Chief of Philanthropy Officer for St. Joseph Hospital and Medical Clinic and Medical Facility, I guess you got to call it. The whole 9 yards, the assisted living and all that. And we're just so thankful that you're allowing us some time this morning because I know how busy you are and all that you have to take care of. So thank you for allowing us to come in. I know some of you know this already, but if you don't, I've been on the St. Joseph Medical. It's like a board. It's a service board that's made up of community members and administrators of the hospital and some doctors, nurses. And it's just a beautiful board I've been on for many years. And I've just loved it because I've learned so much about the hospital itself, the assisted living, the clinics. I'm just amazed at the quality of care that this facility gives to our native people. They're very, very concerned about that, and they're very careful about that, and they always want to show the utmost respect and dignity to their patients. And they're always improving, and it's been fun to be on this board because of that. I've learned all the inner workings of a hospital and a clinic, and the hiring of different people, and also the checks and balances they do to make sure that their caregivers are cared for. And that's their nurses and doctors and staff and people that work there at the hospital, but also their patients get the best care you can possibly get at a rural hospital, the size of the hospital it is, and the clinic. It's like we just received accreditation for critical access hospital, which is a big deal. It's really a big deal because to get that accreditation, it's like college accreditation. You have to go through a lot of hoops and you have to show that you can provide the best equipment possible, can provide the best caregivers possible, can provide the best expertise with your surgeons and your equipment and everything like that. They have all these hoops they have to jump through, and that they're continually upgrading and continually evaluating to make sure that all this is held together in a very unique way that that really serves our community and especially our Native people. And so I've been glad to be on this. It's one of the boards I really enjoy, and I'm kind of dedicated to it. And that's why we're here, to invite you to something special. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Megan because she's going to explain what we're inviting you to.
Well, I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys for giving us some time. Mostly, I wanted to take the time to invite you in person. We're going to have a pretty exciting groundbreaking on Monday, July 14th. So I have some invitations to hand out to you guys with all the details. But we're going to be breaking ground on a new rural health clinic. What we've learned through our community needs assessments over the last few years is the gap that our community, especially in Polson, sees is in primary care access. There's about 30% of our community that aren't going to a physician at all. And part of that is on us. We don't have the number of primary care physicians that we should to be able to provide easy access. If somebody calls and wants to establish care and it's 6 months out, they're not going to take it. They'll just go without often, especially those folks that are having to pick between, taking time for a doctor's appointment or going to their job. So a lot of the community in need really needs better access to primary care. So we'll be building a new building up between our assisted living facility and the Boys and Girls Club, and it'll double our capacity for primary care. It'll include our behavioral health services and expand some access to that as well as our pediatric care. And that's just one step of a bunch of things that we'll be doing to kind of transform our campus over the next few years. But it's a really exciting first step, and we've raised all of the funds locally in our community to be able to do it. So that's why it's me here inviting you instead of somebody else. So we're excited about it. It'll be Monday afternoon. We're going to have a big tent, big celebration with golden shovels and hard hats and the whole shebang. So it'll be a wonderful time, and we would love to have you guys attend with us. There'll be a little bit of snacks, but it'll be pretty short. So
we hope you can come.
Yeah, we would love to have you.
And we have your invitation now we want to give you. And do you have any questions for us about anything?
Anybody? Questions? Carol, go ahead.
I hate to say anything, and it's probably not true, but I seen, going through all of the craziness on the big bill, the big beautiful bill. And I seen where Providence was a hospital that was gonna be cut. I don't know if you've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically within the bill, Providence was listed?
Well, it's not in the bill. It
Oh.
was in an article or something that I'd seen, and it was on a list, and they had all the hospitals that would be cut. And
Yeah.
Providence was on there, and it's shocking.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not going there.
Maybe
Oh.
turn one of the mics off.
Oh, okay. My understanding is that a lot of the cuts will hit harder to Providence overall. And it's still new enough. I need to dig in a little bit more, but my understanding is we've got a few things in place here in Montana that just as a critical access hospital in Montana, we have a little bit of insulation against the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I was hoping so because I just think we need the hospitals that we have
We
here.
do.
We fought so hard, I know, in Montana to make sure that we could keep the Medicaid expansion stuff
Yeah.
or reauthorization and then have the feds do their thing.
I know.
Just totally blew me away, but
I know.
good. I'm glad to hear.
We're still waiting to find the final, I mean, yeah. But my understanding today, it may change, but my understanding today is we have a little bit of insulation against the worst of it.
And I think what helped us, Carol, is the fact, we're a charitable hospital. And so that's one of the biggest missions of the hospital. And that is, they give back to the community so much. In fact, that's my my most favorite meeting each year is when they come forth and they give that report of all the things they've given back to the community with regards to land or funds or care or forgiven hospital bills or whatever, how much they've given back. And that's part of their charitable mission. So they operate on this little bitty budget. because of that. They're not like in other types of hospitals. So that's why we were on that list. I think that's one of the reasons, because Medicaid cuts are going to hit us so hard that we're in a desperate area there. But because we're a critical access now and we've gotten that accreditation, we got the Providence kind of a little bit of a bubble helping us out there a little bit. And that's all we know right at this time.
You gave to the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes,
the
that
yeah,
land.
And I'm on the board of directors there, so.
Yes, Carol's on that land.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I knew
Thank you
that.
for serving on that
And
board.
no, thank you for the land. I mean,
Yeah.
that facility is absolutely gorgeous, but it wouldn't be there
Yeah.
if it wasn't for you guys. So I want to thank you for
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
And the soccer fields and lots of other land
Yeah.
projects around for kids, serving families and kids around Polson area.
And I want to thank Tracy for bringing me here this morning, but we did want to also get actually on the agenda and bring our new chief administrative officer. I know she's really eager to meet you guys, and we've had some scheduling issues trying to get on the agenda, but I would love to bring her back so you guys can meet her. She's very open-minded to suggestions and very interested in caring for the entirety of our community. She's great, so.
I was born in that hospital. Well,
Were you born in that hospital?
hotel, is it hotel?
Hotel Do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
And you're not that old. But anytime anyone on the council would like to meet anyone at the hospital or take a tour of any of the facilities, especially when we open up different things, where you're always welcome. You just need to let us know, and we will be willing to do that. And if you ever want to see any of the data or the reports that the hospital has or anything like that, you just need to let us know that. And we'd love to provide that for you.
And we're still in the final stages of some of the design for our clinic. So if anybody has suggestions for artists, we can include anything that we can do to make sure that it feels like a really safe space for our whole community. We're always open to suggestions. My business cards are in here if any of you ever want to get in contact too.
And the other thing they want to do is right when you walk in the clinic, they want to have a land acknowledgement right there. So we're already working with people here with our tribe on how to word that and provide that. So that's right up front. So that's
And
neat.
even if it's something that's appropriate and you want. So all of the.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one question, in relation to the big ugly bill. The state, put a caveat and Senator Hertz voted for this, which he didn't before. So we had some Polson support for expanded Medicaid, at least for the state, to hang on to that vote if they call a special session, which they might. I just don't know if they will or not. And so, will you know that pretty soon if they need to?
I would assume so. Our chief administrative officer sits on the board committee with Montana Hospital Association. So she's one of the people going to the legislators and speaking on behalf of keeping Medicaid expansion. So I know she's really tightly in the loop. So I'm sure she will know as soon as that happens.
Yeah, I just haven't read the bill. I didn't know what the threshold they were. If they would cut make the state match more, that was the kicker.
Yeah.
There's some other hits that are separate from that affect Medicaid coverage, but
Yeah, I'm not sure they're through reading it yet.
yeah, okay.
Gosh.
I'll just say on land acknowledgement, if you just want to give the land back and we'll lease it back to you for $1, that'll do too. So thank you for coming.
It gets complicated.
All right.
The church.
Thank you, Tom.
you.
Thank you, council.
Thank you, Tracy, Megan. Have you too.
Great.
Danielle?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just wanted to say, I'm hoping we can get an update from Credit on Joe Butterfly's request from quarterly. And then I had a request come in from, Let me open the email, bear with me. Medicine Wheel Rider Organization. It's a group of Indigenous women motorcyclists. They bring visibility and awareness to communities in regards to missing and murdered Indigenous relatives. They're riding through our area this summer. They're coming through, it looks like on July 28th, and they're hoping to do a 1.5 hour kind of community event, and they're looking for a venue, hoping that we can assist them with that. They have a 20-minute video they want to show, and just a place for families to come together and discuss the epidemic, and offer some, I guess they've got some services that they can provide. They're a 501c, so they might have some funding and different things they can assist local families with. So I just wanted to say I'll be working with them to see if we can't get that set up for July 28th from 2 to 4 is the time frame we discussed.
I would think the College Theater might be interesting as a venue.
I was hoping to reach out to them today.
Lynn,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I had a request from tribal employees for a change of duty for the Standing Arrow Powwow. And those employees are Loretta Hoots, Casper Tennis, and Burn Tennis. So I'd like to make the motion for the change of duty for those employees.
got a motion by Lynn to change of duty for, you read the names already.
Yep.
Second by Martin. With supervisor approval.
With supervisor approval.
All in favor? We're unanimous. Cool. I think that brings us to Sean. Come on up. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Chairman and Council. Thank you for having me. I have two similar requests today. They're both for access. The first one is the Lolo National Forest. They're planning on doing some fuel reduction project down in the...
Sean, you can use your mouse. It's on the screen.
Oh, yeah. They're doing some fuel reduction down in the Y North project area. They're mainly asking for permission to go up Mercier Lane and use they labeled it as a 60731 road. But it's basically just asking to access tribal land so that they can do their initial reconnaissance to get it's kind of like what we do with our recon. You're just checking out vegetation, getting a survey of what there is that's out there, what kind of treatments that are needed. There is not an ask for building a road at this point. If you've read it, they're hoping to do that. And I sent an email to the person that originally emailed me, and I'm like, they're probably not going to want to build a road from tribal land onto Forest Service land. That's something maybe in a year or two, we might come back and say, hey, could we do a temp road? I don't know what that's looking like at this point, but that'll be something that will be brought to council if it comes up again. Definitely, that's something we would not approve at forestry. So I believe it was like 3 to 4 pickup trucks, Forest Service employees. Oh no, this one was 1 to 2 to 4 personnel for a few weeks. And the ask there is for the natural resource collection permit, signature approval from council, and signature from Chairman Dolson. And the other one, again, very similar. These guys come to us every year, the Rocky Mountain Research Station. They do their forest inventory analysis. They usually come up, they do anywhere from around a dozen plots a year. I honestly don't know why they don't measure more at once, but anyways, their forest inventory plots are a lot like our CFI. What we do is we go through, make sure that those plots are not within any of the restricted land base that are tribal member only. They had one that was on this request. We denied that one. But the other, rest of the plots were within regular areas. They're hoping to be in here for, I think, like this summer. We did make it till December, but they'll only be here probably a month or two. But the ask is the same with these folks. Permission to access tribal lands, approval from council and chairman's signature. And that's all I had. Questions?
Questions for Sean? Go ahead, Lynn.
So what exactly does the Rocky Mountain Research, what kind of data do the plots gonna provide?
Growth over time. I think they have one plot every, I could be off a zero here, but it's either every 600 or 6,000 acres. So it's really like a landscape analysis. It's good at the landscape level. When you're going into like even a management area, it's not enough data. It's just one plot, kind of like our CFI. Very similar.
These are permanent plots.
Permanent plots, yeah, that are located on the reservation.
Okay, how big are they?
I think they're the same as ours, whether it's the
Quarter acre?
55 feet, quarter acre.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they are. Because I know CFI kind of was built off of, they use FIA as a reference.
There aren't any more questions. I'd entertain a motion for the Lolo National Forest to get permission for access to tribal lands. Motion by Carol, second by Tom. All in favor? It looks like we're unanimous. And the second one is for Rocky Mountain who?
Rocky Mountain Research Station.
Rocky Mountain Research. Motion Carol, second Tom. All in favor? Unanimous.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you,
Good day.
Sean. We're ready for you, Michelle. Come on up. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm here to ask permission to apply for a grant. It's a small $30,000 grant to encourage tribal youth leadership. And so I thought that I would utilize it to help the Flathead Youth Council make a larger impact in this coming year. And it's like 3 questions that I have to answer, and I'll probably have it done today if you guys approve it.
Any questions? Motion by Carol to give permission to apply for the Indigenous Tomorrow's Fund grant. Second by Tom. All in favor? We're unanimous with Martin out of the room.
Thank you.
So Michelle, what's the status of the youth council? Are they still
Yeah.
banded together and meeting?
Yeah, so we have 3 students that are left because everybody else graduated. And so I let them decide how they're going to bring on the next group. And they want to keep doing it the way we have been, which is an application goes out to all the school districts that have openings, which would be 1 in Arlee, 1 in Charlotte, 2 in Mission, 2 in Ronan, 1 in Polson, 2 at Two Eagle, and 2 at Hot Springs. And then they go through and I take all the identifying information off so they don't know who the kids are. And then they pick who they want to be the next reps. For Hot Springs and Charlotte, we usually only get one if we get one. And so I make a special effort with those guys and actually go visit the school and talk to kids
Okay,
face to face to get them interested in it. They know what it is, but the hard part is our kids are so busy. They're in sports or they're in speech or drama or whatever. They're like, they hesitate when I visit with them. They're like, I got so much going on, but once they see the Flathead Youth Council out and doing things, then we get interest for sure.
okay. So you have a representative from Elmo too, right?
No, it's the high schools. But we
Oh,
do,
okay, just
she
the high
lives
schools.
in Elmo, but yeah, so she goes to Polson High School. It's Abigail Lee.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so once the group is together and established,
Yes,
if you could bring them into council,
You
do
bet.
the introductions and perhaps engage us monthly.
sure, you bet.
And,
We can do that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great thing if we can start.
Okay. I think the hard part is you guys meet during the school day
Okay.
and they have to miss school to come see you, so.
Well, I would also like to see us maybe set time aside
Yeah.
to meet with these kids and
Okay.
because we need to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
but anyway, thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Anything else for Michelle? Go get a grant, Michelle.
Okay, thank you.
Morning. Thank you. Have a
Danielle,
great
I want
day.
to remind you of our SEL. Yeah, okay, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Morning, Ruth. Come on up.
Always forget to do that. Doing a modification 8 to the total appropriations. Very small increase compared to most others that we tend to do. This is where we're going to do some increasing to contracts and grants for 5.1 million. A small increase in the general fund for our tribal earmark programs as they receive revenue from their activities, then we post that. So that's the increase there. And that total increase of 5,376,972. We also have to correct the total that was brought forward in mod 7. The mandatory total was actually 309,207,107. Is that correction reflected here? And we now have total increased appropriations to 362,842,592.
Motion by Tom to approve mod 8 to the budget. Second by Martin. All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you, Ruth.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Tom?
Ruth, while you're still here, because EKI is coming in the draft budget, we have budgeted for a per capita increase. Is that correct? Okay. And the goal for that was to come out of the rental, because there's a great debate between is rental tax exempt or not, or is it just general EKI revenue from trading?
Martin, go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of make sure you extend our appreciation to Mary Ann for her head woman duties, and it's awesome kind of to see her doing as well as she is and everything, and overcoming a lot of the obstacles she's had in her life. And she's a really good example and raising some really good kids. So make sure that that's part of the
And
The
her
record, I think.
granddaughter is the new Miss Salish.
Thank you, Ruth. Have a great day.
Break.
We will take 10 minutes.
With 13,000. So we're requesting approval to submit. We have a resolution for the chairman's signature. And if this is something you're comfortable with, it would help us, certainly help us leverage those IAG funds.
Questions about the capital improvement, getting a truck, a refrigerator truck?
Yes.
Yeah, a resolution to apply for the $100,000 grant to go toward purchasing a refrigerator truck. That a motion, Martin? Motion by Martin to approve the resolution to go after the $100,000 grant. Second by Tom. All in favor? 8-4, Carol out of the room. You talked about an org chart. We probably need to see the org chart.
Jennifer, were you able to send that to them, or Martin?
It's inside your guys' packet that Janet's moving around. If she goes back to the top, she'll see that it's on her second page.
I wonder if I have the wrong one.
Yeah, you must have the wrong one. I'll open mine up really fast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yes. So as you can see, we need to we need to stand up the corporation. And to stand it up, we need to bring on our general manager as soon as possible. So we'd like to advertise in the coming month and then hopefully narrow the selection, have you approve the hiring. And once we get all that in place, and then we hear back from the Bureau of Indian Affairs on the Section 17 corporation, then we transfer that position. It becomes a corporate position. But for the interim, we will bring them on board. But after that, they will answer to their board of directors, of which you guys will have selected. So if you're comfortable with that, we would like to start advertising and looking for somebody who's willing to do this startup work for us for our new corporation. And we will need to do a temporary employment agreement with this position. And then after we get our articles and everything ratified, it becomes its own enterprise. Then we transfer everything over. So if you're comfortable with that or you need more information, let me know. But we think we should start advertising now because we have a pretty ambitious training schedule to bring on the workforce. So we need your approval.
Carol, go ahead.
I'm wondering, are we at this point to start advertising yet? Have we figured this whole thing out? I mean, we have S&K Sovereign Leasing and Finance coming in later on. Is there a way to bring both of these together? I mean, I think they do a lot of similar things, or could work on not only tribal members' opportunities, but also do economic development for the tribe. Maybe I'm way off base. Have we thought of that? Maybe we've already talked about this, but
You talking about having the meat processing under business?
no, just bringing these two entities together that probably do something a lot similar for the membership and for the tribe under one umbrella. Not saying that the person that's at Sovereign Leasing and Finance or even at Economic Development would be the main person that Belda's talking about hiring, but have we thought about consolidation of those two entities?
We're looking at a separate corporation to be structured as 25 CFR under section 17, which was recommended by Vern. It would be a standalone, but it would have its own board of directors.
Velda, that's not what Carol's question is.
Yeah, my question is, why aren't we looking at trying to consolidate those two so the expenses aren't so much more, but that board could also handle what we're doing in economic. They've got a good board. They got like Eagle Bank people, Rich Jansen, I can't remember the whole group of people, but there's people that.
Carol, I think that's a good discussion. The question at hand right now is, should we be hiring the person that will manage the meat processing plant? That's the question that's at hand. And they are asking to have their org chart place him under economic development right now until the corporation actually stands alone, where he will transfer into the corporation.
Okay, I apologize, Velda. I got it mixed up with the overall economic development.
But your other question's a good question. I hope we do discuss that sometime. Len, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is the board of directors established yet?
No, it does not sound.
No. So could I add some information?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So what we've been told by the BIA is that they won't have our articles of incorporation approved until the end of September, most likely. Which means we can't hire a board until after those articles are approved. We could start advertising for a board, but we wouldn't be able to actually hire them. And one of the issues that we're coming up against is we need to be recruiting workers and getting them trained this starting in September. And so it's really important that we hire a plant manager who can help us do that. And we can't keep waiting for the BIA to get the articles of incorporation approved and then the board officially hired. So our solution is to hire the plant manager under a temporary employment agreement, as Velda mentioned. And then that person, once the board can get hired, then that person will go under the board, but they can start working now. So we can, because it takes a couple months to advertise, get the position through the personnel department. And we have a position description already completed. but personnel can't process it without an org chart revision from us so that we can place this person under someone. And because we can't hire the board yet, we have to place them somewhere. So this is just, again, a kind of a placeholder for now. But we've been making all of the decisions regarding the meat plant, and we really feel like we're at a point now where we need a plant manager to be weighing in on a lot of these things. So timing is really critical for us right now.
I got Len and then Martin.
Just to follow up, Janet, if we have no board of directors and we do hire this plant manager, who would he be working under?
Under Velda.
Okay.
Go ahead,
All right,
Martin.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna make a motion, but I have a question about a different issue with the succession plan with Janet and why we haven't had someone hired to kind of follow her and figure out, have her train people. We're doing that with Ruth right now with a position. So as we're going into this next fiscal year, maybe we should, I don't know how long you're sticking around, Janet, but we need you to train up somebody a little bit to, to fill your shoes, which is going to be nearly impossible, but you know, I'd hope we would have that in place.
Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I had made some assumptions that maybe we would be looking at sending some of our potential workforce to the meat processing school at Miles City. My understanding that facility is now closed.
Yes.
And so I just wondered if there, which is unfortunate, but does that mean, is there an opportunity for us to either capture some of their faculty to come over and do this position, or capture some of their equipment to bring into our plant, or even start our own training program here with our new facility to replace the Miles City facility? Anyway, that's my question.
Like I said, we have a real ambitious training schedule that we would like to implement, but it will take this GM position to execute that and lead it. We have various virtual, hands-on, possible Blackfeet. There's different venues that are available through this training schedule. So that's kind of where we want to get to when we bring on the expertise, who ultimately has the oversight authority and knows how to properly train and get people certified.
And we've been working with SKC to try to get a program set up there, but they don't have the facilities yet. So we're working with Schoolhouse Meats down in Missoula. They're willing to do some hands-on training at their facility. And so is Mission West for the value-added products like the sausage and the meat sticks and things like that. We can use their facility for that training. But so we've got at least 4 or 5 different venues right now in our training plan that we've got set up. And again, using different funding from different sources. That Patrick Mangan from the Flathead Extension is helping us with that. And again, Mission West is also helping us with that training plan. As far as equipment goes, all of our equipment is being provided by Friesla. It's part of the package that we purchased from them when we purchased the units. But we can reach out to Miles City, and what we want to do is we want to advertise this plant manager position fairly broadly to find out, probably we'll do a national ad, a national search, because we need somebody with USDA experience. And the individual that we were originally considering about hiring, he does not have USDA experience, and he doesn't really want to do the paperwork. He'd rather be our lead butcher. So we're going to need to find someone who's got that USDA experience. So that's again, another reason why we want to start advertising sooner rather than later.
Martin, I understood that you said you'd make a motion. Carol, were you participating on the motion for the second? Tom has a question.
Just one more related to training. Is there any possibility to cross-pollinate with our other processing facility at Blue Bay for the workers that are there, that maybe they could work at both facilities, depending on demand and time of year? That might be to our advantage. I don't know, but it's similar work in signaling, safe food handling practices, et cetera, packaging. There's some marketing overlay there too, but I just wondered if that was an opportunity that you guys were considering or not.
We could.
I haven't considered that, but we'd be open to it. And food handling is top of mind in this processing plant. So I'm sure, the packaging end of it, distribution, marketing and all, they would know how to assist in that capacity. But this butchering and ready to eat products, those type of things, those are going to be pretty specialty. So we'll consider that. I know that Colville's do that.
Well, we have a motion and a second on the floor to establish the manager of the meat packing plant temporarily under Velda with economic development. All in favor? Unanimous. The third issue you presented, Velda, was
We need a work order change for our contract with Camas Creek Construction at the site. Janet, do you have that information? Janet, can you just go ahead and go through this request with them?
Sure.
She's been serving as our PM. So you're right, Martin. We are working really hard to make sure we can get a lot of this transferred back to the corporation. Everything falls into place. And yes, bring in new staff for EDO. Thank you.
Thank you. So essentially what happened was when we ordered the office trailer from Pierce, they provided plans to us in January, but those plans did not include a central pier underneath where the two units come together. And so we put the project out to bid, given the plans that they provided to us, and then they gave us a second set of plans in May that were altered. And so then the contractor had to change their plans and add additional concrete underneath that trailer. So that's costing an additional $4,433.25. So the total contract amount would be, with that change order, would be $3,118,996.25. So I just need approval to increase their Camas Creek Contracting's account contract by the $4,433.25.
motion by Tom to go forward with the contract change. Second by Martin. Any other questions? All in favor? Looks unanimous.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for all of this. And we do intend to come back and start discussing staffing, reorganizing the office. And I know I don't see James, but he keeps wanting to bring in an economic development authority discussion. And hopefully that can all happen in this fiscal year. So thank you for your time. We'll check back whenever. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us. And Greg Spar pretty much keeps us in line. So if anything doesn't seem right, you can check with him as well. Thank you all.
Thank you, Janet. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I thought Janet had another item.
What's that? They're gone, aren't they?
On page 47. Unless you guys already did it.
That's just the truck, isn't it? We're ready for legal. Martin, go ahead.
And I guess this should be an executive. Yeah,
We
please.
will go out of regular